Welcome to Galactic Initiative. I'm your host, Jeff. Days from the premiere of Kenobi, and days removed from alleged leaks about the series. Last week, Vanity Fair published articles on future Star Wars projects. Almost 2 weeks have passed since Disney's fiscal Q2 earnings report. All these happenings and more are connected and concerning. In this video, I will review Disney's disturbing 2022 timeline and address parts of Vanity Fair's feature story. Let's begin. The Walt Disney Corporation did not achieve its goals for the second quarter of its fiscal year, January through March. Disney Plus subscriptions rose, but Star Wars and Marvel shows have not sufficiently drawn paying customers to the platform. Sufficiently refers to Disney's pace for its target of 230 to 260 million subscribers in 2024. The Book of Boba Fett, Visions, and The Bad Batch did not attract Star Wars fans like The Mandalorian in 2019 and 2020. In fact, Disney's Q2 opened with the book's awful performance. 6 episodes streamed in the new year, and whether or not you enjoyed the show, its results were not positive. The hyperinflated Rotten Tomatoes site displays a critic score of 68% and an audience score of 59%. In contrast, The Bad Batch has a critic score of 88% and an audience score of 81%. A year of Marvel films, with the exception of Spider-Man No Way Home, also disappointed forecasters. Disney's stock price started to slide last March. The slide worsened to a plummet this March when Disney became a lightning rod for its stand against Florida's Parental Rights and Education Bill and its Reimagine Tomorrow program. The former spurred Bob Chapek's wooden apology and promises to certain Disney employees.
I understand that we've made mistakes and the pain that those mistakes have caused. And I know that our silence wasn't just about the bill in Florida, but about every time an individual or institution that should have stood up for this community did not.
Christopher Rufo released videos from an internal summit showing that the program promotes and diversity in its staffing and content. Disney's stock price is approaching a 5-year low. Obscured but not completely unnoticed, especially by the state's politicians, was Disney's announced end to campaign contributions in Florida. Early April brought dissolution of the Reedy Creek Improvement District, an autonomous zone that relieved Walt Disney World of certain regulations and taxes since 1967. The discontinuation will not take effect until 2023, and Disney is posturing as if Reedy Creek will survive to patch investors' confidence. To be clear, Disney was profitable in Q2, just not as profitable as its prognostication. Theme park revenue was high as more people felt safe to travel across the country and around the globe. On Wednesday, May 18th, the mouse teased ads on Disney Plus and heralded its elimination of advanced Genie Plus purchases. Genie Plus replaced FastPass in October 2021. It is a paid service in lieu of a free service that allows parkgoers to skip lines. 2 money-making moves, sure to displease streamers and tourists, but reassure investors. Yes, both will generate revenue at the expense of goodwill during a time when the corporation needs a renewal of public support. Also, D Plus is presently available in bundles with almost every service that Disney owns. ESPN, Hulu, ABC, discounts as low as $1 per month. Offers not available to existing subscribers, of course. This strategy might boost subscriptions for a report, but it will not secure long-term revenue. Lucasfilm's marketing blitz for Kenobi began in March with the series' first trailer. Poor timing considering Disney's struggles in Florida and ensuing public relations issues. Entertainment Weekly and Vanity Fair published articles, and the stars completed their interview circuits. Based on casting, clips, quotes, Kathleen Kennedy's change of writer and showrunner, along with her track record, and alleged Kenobi leaks, fans rightfully fear a bait and switch. I created several videos about it. You'll find links in the description. The May 16th article from Vanity Fair, "The Rebellion Will Be Televised," is a Disney advertisement. Its length and breadth, including all current and future Star Wars projects, are unusual until you consider the corporation's troubles in Florida. public relations issues, Q2 revenue, subscriptions target, plummeting stock price, and Kenobi leaks that I'll cover in a moment. All are connected in the big picture. On May 4th, Star Wars Day, alleged leaks about Kenobi surfaced. Despite subsequent refutations from the leak's source,
ironic,
they paint Kenobi as a bait-and-switch retcon that elevates Moses Ingram's Reva, aka Third Sister, to the principal focus. Shills are doing their best to get excited for the series and discredit or silence critics with now familiar strategies from The Last Jedi's run. No amount of spin can lessen the damage that the series will cause if the leaks are accurate. And, as I have already outlined, goodwill for Disney is running low. The Vanity Fair article was intended to restore confidence and generate interest. Look, we have a plan, and it is about to unfold with half a dozen shows and maybe 2 films over the next 2 to 3 years. In reaction to the leaks, the article might have been edited to quickly move people past Kenobi with glimpses of the future. Marvel-style damage control. The theme is content in abundance. Notice I did not say quality. More is simply more. Of the past year's Star Wars shows, do I want more? No, I want less and better. I don't mind waiting for quality. I have some faith in Favreau and Filoni, but thinking about the Book of Boba Fett and seeing this photo brings a cold sweat. The greed to scale Star Wars into the MCU will ruin the franchise if unchecked. But money drives the mouse, and apparently, the content fire hose shall gush for Disney's bottom line. Ever wonder why George Lucas hated corporate studio filmmaking? Why he risked everything to achieve autonomy? I will address a few key parts of the article. First, when Deborah Chow became the director, she championed a rematch between Vader and Kenobi. Quote, "For me, across the prequels, through the original trilogy, there's a love story dynamic with these two that goes through the whole thing," Chow says. What intrigued her was the idea that despite what Vader had become, Kenobi might still care deeply about him. What's special about that relationship is that they loved each other. End quote. To undo almost 20 years of canon, heck, over 40 years of canon, because you have a take. Come on. Second, Kathleen Kennedy admitted the decision to recast Han Solo was problematic. Quote, "Solo, a Star Wars story, has its admirers, but it made less at the box office than any other live-action Star Wars movie. Solo's swagger may be too singular for another actor to replicate. There should be moments along the way when you learn things," says Kennedy. "Now it does seem so abundantly clear that we can't do that." End quote. Yes, recasting was risky, I agree, but she did not mention Rian Johnson's poisoning of the well, a late directorial switch, extensive reshoots that greatly increased costs, an origin story neither demanded nor embraced, and a plot that diminished Han in his titular role. Alden Ehrenreich gave his best, throwing him under the bus with feigned humility to cover your second biggest mistake is unacceptable, Madam President. Third, in a later section, Kennedy tried to distance herself from her biggest mistake, the employment of Rian Johnson. Quote, "The trilogy from The Last Jedi's Rian Johnson that was announced 5 years ago, backburnered. Rian has been unbelievably busy with Knives Out and the deal that he made at Netflix for multiple movies." End quote. The little man best stay unbelievably busy for the remainder of his career. Fourth, the actor's excitement would be contagious if not for the giant red flags planted by Disney and Lucasfilm throughout 2022. Kenobi's cast obviously enjoyed its work, if only, and part of me still hopes, the leaks are false. Yet a contract with Lucasfilm includes Kathleen Kennedy. Actors should have no illusions about her involvement after 10 years as president. Fifth, Kathleen Kennedy denied the existence of a Star Wars film for Kevin Feige. She said nothing specific has been discussed. However, 6 days prior, Michael Waldron, writer of Loki and Doctor Strange 2, confirmed such a project. Variety quoted him about his work with Feige. "We're finally into it in earnest. I mean, I'm writing away. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying having the freedom on that to do something that's not necessarily a sequel or anything." End quote. Why would the two make clashing statements? What does Kennedy gain by disavowing Feige? The truth will come out sooner or later. I'll conclude with another quote from the president. It reinforces Lucasfilm's commitment to abundance. Quote, "I hesitate to use the word trilogies anymore because Star Wars is much more about persistent storytelling." End quote. Don't you wish she'd said quality storytelling? I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to Galactic Initiative for all things Star Wars, and leave a comment with your thoughts.
Galactic Initiative is not authorized or endorsed by Lucasfilm Limited. The name Star Wars and all related materials are registered trademarks of Lucasfilm Limited, a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company, all rights reserved. Galactic Initiative is a registered trademark, and other product and company names are trademarks of their respective holders. Use does not imply affiliation or endorsement.